have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Good morning, SKN. This is Lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in day. A happy place in the life if you live in day. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
Boom, you don't know if I'm going to say see advice is one and status. I'm here representing for Good Morning SKN, Studio 327. You don't know, tune in, I don't know, madness. Here, you don't know.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Our topic for today's Real Talk is gentle parenting, a nurturing and empathetic approach to raising children. So Cortensia and I will be looking at a few videos about gentle parenting as we share our opinions. Let's take a look.
But what I want to ask, we got harsh parenting.
Peek-a-boo. Okay, I know. 1, 2, 3. The brush. Good job. Yep, put it up here. That. Bye-bye. 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 Yeah, bye-bye. You ready?
I like
Gentle parenting. I mean, it's a different style from how you and I were raised, but
what kind of parent we had. What kind of parenting we had, Andre?
mines were aggressive.
We had aggressive. Listen,
Yes.
our parents didn't know better.
They didn't.
I think the slavery style. I'm serious. And GMSK Nation, you can correct me if I'm wrong, or you can add to what I'm saying. The parenting style from back then
Yes.
was malicious style. You do as I
yes.
say,
Mhm.
or else. And I think that's why we didn't communicate as well as we did with our parents, for the fear of the fact that, oh, I can't go talk to my mother about that because this is going to be the result. I'm going to get
Right.
lashed, I'm going to get pelt down. I don't know why our parents didn't join the West Indies team, because when your mother sends something sailing after you, no matter, you could run in circles, zigzag, in a pentagon, whatever, a rectangle, that object catching you.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's how they were raised.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
So the
this is-
slavery, the slave driver days still existed and moved on.
Yes.
Because
So-
I watched some kids got some, beat with pole, belt, anything their parents could find, cutlass. Some of these kids end up being chopped. I don't know
Yes.
how they weren't locked up.
But I mean,
Oh my God.
I think it all have to do with the way in which they were raised, and so it was handed down to us.
And
So it's up to us to break the curse or break the generational gap or fill it in some way in which.
no, break the curse indeed, because
think it
if
was
I
a
was to
curse?
ever, it's a curse. As I see it as a curse, because why couldn't you not forget what happened to your ancestors back then? Why you have to bring down them whippings? You whipped us just like how
yes,
those they were whipped.
Hmm.
So I don't understand. Well, no, I didn't get malicious. I got malicious style parenting,
Yes.
but I didn't get the extreme blues.
I got everything, a little bit of everything.
I didn't get like to leave a mark on my skin or take out a piece of my flesh. No, I didn't have that.
Yeah. I get everything.
Like parents put kids to kneel on graters and have them holding up a stone in the air,
Well,
in the sun.
Not to those extent, but I got my fair share of beating. And listen, it leaves a scar.
It does.
It makes you more angry, and you don't. I mean, as I said, they don't know any better. So
I remember when I was young, I was plotting to get back at I got most of the lashes from my mom. I was plotting to get back at my mom, but then I said, look at it. It made me a little better, but still, if I got kids, I wouldn't beat them. I'm sorry.
You wouldn't beat them?
No, they'll get a fly lash, but they won't get like licks with, not to.
I saw a scenario where parent, where the two neighbors, right? And the other one liked to shout at the child. And so when the kids come out to play, the kids would shout at each other.
And that's what they learn. I know of some kids, the parents talk loud to them, and the bigger brother talks loud to his sister. She talks back loud to him. So I know that next generation, boy, I pray it breaks at them. But because that's how they are being talked to or brought up at this moment, that is what is happening. And other than malicious parenting, what is the opposite side, which is you just give in to everything the child said? That one is that?
I think it's passive.
Passive parenting? Passive parenting? Okay. So,
but there are misconceptions of gentle parenting. Because some persons mistakenly view parenting as a sign, gentle parenting as a sign of weak or lenient parenting. However, it requires strength and patience to respond calmly and respectfully in challenging situations.
But let's start with what is gentle parenting for those folks who do not know. So gentle parenting encourages parents to help their children navigate emotions and develop healthy and coping strategies. Empathy and understanding discuss the role of empathy in gentle parenting and how it helps parents connect with their children on a deeper level. The little video that we were watching during the break.
So those were advantages of gentle parenting.
Well, that
emotionally,
it is in a sense, but it is also telling you what gentle parenting is.
Okay.
And it also encourages positive communication. Talk about the power of positive communication and how it fosters an environment of trust and cooperation within the family.
Correct.
We see the little boy. He know he did something wrong. His mom said he cannot go outside, but he still went outside.
Right.
And then he got his little punishment. But then he's discussing with his mom now. He understands why he got his punishment, because he let his emotions get the best of him. Now he's coming up in an emotionally stable family. So he understands that there are consequences to things that he does. And I think if children knows that if I move this, my mom's going to take me my tablet for this long and I like my tablet, they're not going to do it. They're going to be they're going to be responsible children, responsible adolescents, responsible teenagers, and responsible adults.
Yes, but in a typical black family, that's the total opposite.
Well, it can be better. Let's hope that segments like this and persons watching that may have children, young children, and intend to get children, practice this style, because not everything deserves lashes, because your child won't feel comfortable coming to you to tell you, I made a boo-boo.
Exactly. It's just like you go into the supermarket and you see the child and they start to cry for the sweet and you start to lash the child. Like, why are you lashing them? They're kids.
Just tell them it's not going to happen.
Just tell them you're not getting, and they should understand.
Yeah.
They should understand instead of trying to beat them. But I think it's,
maybe they think beating them will let them know that the next time they go in the supermarket and they see a sweet, don't ask for it, because what is going to come whilst asking for the sweet and you acting out? Lashes.
Exactly.
Now this young boy, he would have probably said, Mom, I understand why I couldn't get the sweet, because the sweet is not good for me, so I didn't let my emotions get the best of me. But the little boy, he sounds so sweet and his mom is listening to him intently, and he's sharing, because he understands that they can't get what they want, so he can't get what he wants, and he understands that he did not make a smart choice by going outside without an adult.
So you're the type of parent who would give your child timeout.
I think so, timeout.
Instead of beating them.
Instead of lashing them. As I said, they might get a fly lash, but nothing with a belt and the words to say.
But you get it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to... What did we say about breaking generational curses?
That's true.
Exactly. So, licks made me what I am because of fear.
Yes.
Because I know I'm not going to do that, because I don't want lashes. Because nobody...
Of course.
Exactly.
And I can attest to that, because knowing that how my parents gonna react, I avoid coming to them with certain things.
Exactly.
It's fear. It
Fear.
create that fear within you.
Imagine you want to have an intimate conversation with your parents, but you won't go to them because they're gonna say, "Where you get it from?"
Yes.
So no, you're gonna listen to your little friends in school with the wrong information and get in trouble. But for a child like me, that know the mom, especially my dad was. I got licks from my dad once because somebody said I smoke and I didn't. I actually just lit the cigarette for the person, and because the parent know my mom is a beataholic, they lied on me. But this time my mom didn't beat me. My dad was home from Tortola and I got locked. That's the first time and the last time my dad, because my dad isn't that serious about disciplining children. So my mom was a disciplinarian.
My dad beat me once, and that was once you see my dad beat me, you know it was that bad. And listen, it was not any beating. My dad put my head between his legs and my buttocks up the here. And listen, but I understand why. I thought, as kids, it was summer holiday, and I went and I take the bird from out the nest.
Oh.
Yes, and I mean, like you see the mother bird flying around, can't find she nest. So my dad was like, would you want somebody to do that? Would you want somebody to take you away from your house? You understand? So he taught me a lesson. And listen, he put my head between his legs.
So you can't run away.
And my buttocks up in the air, and listen, I got a beating I would never forget.
Okay.
Yes.
But there's the next video. Let's take a look at that one and see what that one's teaching us.
Yes, please.
Sometimes I think we ask more of our children than we do of anyone else. We tell them to stop crying when we would never say that to an adult. We make bedtime at the exact same time every day when we let our own bodies tell us how much sleep we need. We tell them to be alone in their room for quiet time or bedtime when we always have our partner for company. I wonder if some of the hurt and loneliness we experienced growing up wasn't because our parents didn't see us as children, but because they didn't really see us at all.
Ooh. Oh.
That's true.
So we weren't seen at all.
And it makes perfect sense.
Whoa.
It makes perfect sense.
Because they weren't seen at all. So, we weren't seen at all. Yes. I attribute it, I'm not going to say they were criminals or should be locked up for whooping our tail parts, but they didn't know better. They really didn't know better. And some of them didn't, I find they didn't want to know better, or they didn't try. And I'm talking from my experience. They didn't try. Because I can't speak for everyone. I know. They didn't try. But they tried at an age where you could have said,
yes, when it's too late. When it's too late.
So they didn't try their best to be their best.
It's sad, but it's true.
Wow.
And doing gentle parenting, it have its misconceptions, so to speak. As I said, it's the first sign of persons think that you are weak or being a lenient parent. Another misconception is that gentle parenting leads to spoiling or indulging children. In contrast, gentle parenting aims to meet a child's emotional needs while providing appropriate guidance and structure.
Exactly. And I go back to that video, that little boy. Yes. He knew what he did. And it made him sad.
These kids nowadays are extremely smart.
Jesus, they out the park smart.
They use their emotions to get what they want.
Yeah. But then we have to control those emotions too. Because what if they cry all the time to get what they want? No. We have to let you know.
As parents, listen, you see me ordaining, we as parents, we need our adults.
Folks, we're not parents. These are just our ideas, because before now I was not for gentle parenting, but as I delve deeper into it and I understand, I'd be like, yeah, boy, I can go this way and my child can still have respect for me, because I'm not looking to be my child's friend.
Right.
I'm looking to be my child's parent, with my child understanding what the consequences are for actions they can take, whilst letting them, especially if I was endowed with a boy, ball, you want to ball, you cry. I'm not going to tell my son, shut up.
Yes.
And as the video just said, parents beat us and then tell us to stop crying. You just inflict a little bit of pain on us. How are you going to tell us to stop crying? That doesn't make sense.
That's perfect. I give you something to cry for after you don't beat me.
But you give me something to cry for?
Yes, we grew up in some time.
Militia parents.
Listen. But
we have to set boundaries.
Yes.
Your child knows if you give it 2 cookies and they go and take 2 more, there has to be punishment.
Yes.
I don't understand why they're saying alone. I don't get the alone in the room though, because where else am I going to give them quiet time? Have them stand with their faces to a wall? That's kind of punishment
That
too.
is more than punishment.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I don't understand. I don't agree with that part. But I wouldn't leave them I wouldn't lock them in the room. I have the door open because you said
the gadgets.
I know.
Yes,
that's
simple
the
thing like
best
that.
thing. They
Take
like
away
those
the
guys or
gadgets.
no, I can't say send them outside to play because what if they like going outside to play?
Exactly.
That wouldn't work. But take away something that they like, explain to them while it's happening.
Yes. Why you
And
doing it?
exactly. And let them know that every time they do something, there are consequences. So you're setting your boundaries. You're not being your child's friend. You're being your child's parent, but you are not damaging them emotionally, physically, or
And it
mentally.
prevents them from growing up being aggressive as well. Because listen, when they do something and you keep slapping them and you beat them, it brings that fear out.
Yeah, it sure does.
And it prevents them from coming to you as a parent when they're actually going through something.
Yeah,
So I think the gentle parenting is the way forward for the 21st century.
I think so.
I definitely think so.
It can work because there's consequences to every action. And there is one more.
We have another video?
Yeah.
Sure, let's see. I'm liking the videos.
Yes, indeed.
Informative.
Look at us.
indeed.
Look at us with our little advice.
Compared to what it actually looks like.
Theory, I said no.
And I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm not listening to you.
Okay, well, guess what? You know how I just said no now?
Mm-hmm.
You keep on talking to me like that, you're not going to be able to do it in the future. I said no for a reason and not for you to dictate back and forth with me about whether you can do it or not.
So what's the reason?
The reason is because you didn't do the chores that you were supposed to do, and I still don't like your attitude towards me.
Okay.
So until that clears up, we can revisit this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, well, our malicious parents can think that's disrespect.
I could never speak to my mom or dad next to me. I'll be in the back of she hand. I could have never spoke to my mom like that.
Nope. So we could not do that. We could not do that.
But you see the body language and all that, how she was able to analyze what the mother was saying and like, okay, you're making perfect sense.
Yeah.
And the mom take the time out to tell her why she did it.
Yeah.
Because some of us, speaking it parents or adults, some of us adults, what we do is we give the punishment, but we don't tell them the reason why we're punishing
Once
them.
we were told when we were lashing, you should not have done that. Why you went down? So we knew during the whoopings.
Yes, why we're getting the whipping.
But it's clearer now because even though I think that one they were acting to show you how to resolve conflicts, that girl had true body language going on there. The young lady had the body language. And for the mom to be so calm and patient, because as you said, we might have been across the room with our faces in the wall, literally through the wall, or we might have had a busted mouth, or because once the hand come back with that force, that's it. So yeah. So for the last one, they said some believe that gentle parenting lacks authority and that children may not learn to respect authority figures. In reality, gentle parenting promotes mutual respect and cooperation rather than relying on fear-based, and I'm going to add this, militia authority.
Fear-based militia authority, indeed. But I mean, I give thanks for the way I was raised. It instills certain discipline, nonetheless, even though I don't think they knew what they were doing.
Yes.
But it's up to us to change that
narrative.
Yes.
Indeed. And with that said, we hope the little advice that we give you and the experiences that we share will make you better parents, and that you will instill some gentle parenting with boundaries, respecting the emotional, mental, and physical well-being of your children and yourselves.
It's the way forward. Gentle parenting for the 21st century. So with that said, we are heading to a break.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Come on, SKN, this is lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. Yeah, a happy place in the life every living day. A happy place in the life every living day. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
exotic experience.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Today we have the honor of sitting down with the winners of the 2023 Antioch Baptist Church Vacation Bible School pageant. Joaville Watley, that is the Queen, and Alec Bridgewater, the King, accompanied by Keziah. Did I say that correct? Oh my God, I practiced that name so hard. Keziah Purcell, chairperson of the pageant committee. Join us as we celebrate their incredible achievements, learn about their faith journey, and discover the magic that made them the stars of this annual pageant. So good morning to you three, and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning.
Happy you could join us this
Pleasure
morning.
having you. So how does it feel to be crowned King and Queen of Vacation Bible School 2023? I'm going to start with, you have to help me with the name again. Jovial.
I must say it felt unreal.
It felt unreal. So going into it, did you know, or did you have any inkling that the crown is mine?
No.
No?
That's
Okay. All right. So Alec, what about you? How does it feel to be the king of Vacation Bible School? And did you know you were going to win? Oh, he's confident. I like that. I like that, Alec.
So what inspired you to enter the pageant?
I wanted to try new things and like find myself and see what for me.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Usual. Yeah. Wonderful.
Passion is music. So are you a singer? Oh, you play the piano. Okay. So that's the talent you did at the show. Okay. All right.
So let's talk about the preparations for the pageant. How did they prepare for the pageant?
Well, the ambassadors had several workshops, which included modeling and posture development, public speaking, and self-confidence. That's where the preparation.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I like this. So big preparations.
Very big preparation.
Oh, wow. And what were the pageant segments?
We had the ambassadorial speech, talent, celebratory wear, and a Bible drill.
Oh, Bible drill. What did the Bible drill entail?
So basically, they will have to hold the Bibles and they'll get a scripture in the Bible and they have to find it. So who finds it the fastest wins.
Oh, easy.
Oh,
I like that. I like that. So no interview question. No,
No.
Okay, good stuff. Okay.
and the participants have to be Christians.
No, they don't have to.
Oh, I don't know why I think they all had to be Christians to participate.
Vacation Bible School, you put impression.
Got it.
Gentle parents, malicious parents in here. Let us talk about some of the challenges. I'm gonna start with you, Keziah, that you folks sort of faced in preparation for the pageants, and then I'm going to go over to the contestants with the challenges they might have faced.
Well, the biggest challenge for me was to find ambassadors in short notice. So you would find that we had so many ambassadors like dropping out because they were nervous and they didn't think that they had enough time. So it was just so challenging on me because it was it was very hard to find ambassadors.
How early did you have to find these ambassadors? Was it when the Vacation Bible School started?
Well, that's what we did last year, but this year we gave them like a month. But some persons were still like, still not enough time for me. So yeah.
I want to know, how long is Vacation Bible School?
A week.
A week. Oh, so you seeked out the participants a month before Vacation Bible School even started?
Yes, like some persons in our Amplify Youth program, we took some of them from there.
Okay, good stuff. Okay.
And Ali, any challenges you faced when you started the competition? Did you face any challenges at all? It was just smooth sailing, easy going.
So you were ready, you were prepared and ready. Okay. What about, I can't get that name,
Jovial.
Oh my gosh. What are some of the challenges you may have faced?
I self-contemplated a lot.
So you wanted to drop out?
No, but I didn't have the confidence.
Oh, but look at you now.
Exactly.
Confident as ever. I like that about you folks. So tell us about the memorable moments you may have had during the pageants. Ali? And favorite VBS. Jesus, now I want to go back to VBS. My VBS was boring. I don't know. This is a lot. And what about you, young lady?
I like the fanfare, and I also like that I got to know the other ambassadors better, and the times where we laughed and we had fun. I also like the workshop as well. It built my self-esteem.
I like that. Listen, you see why I say I need to do life over again?
You sure
These
do.
kids have
Everything.
You have excellent opportunities. So whatever opportunities present you all in life going forward, take it. Don't let nobody tell you all don't do it. Do it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to be a bit inquisitive and to find out, after being crowned, what were some of the prizes that you all received? What's with you, Javel?
I got a $500 gift card from First Federal. What? I got $150.
Yes.
I got $250 as well.
You're rich, man.
Indeed.
You're very rich. I like that. What about some of the prizes? On the money you got to give back.
I got a set, like a body set with body spray.
Ooh, so you be smelling hot.
I got a new phone from Digicel.
Yeah. What? You got things, man. And
can I come to VBS next year? I'll dress up as young as I can. Wow, that's great prizes. And
what
Ali?
about you, Ali?
Ooh, I like that.
You just put it in a nutshell. A lot of money.
A lot of money.
I also got PCs account.
Nice.
Also phone Digicel. And big photos too.
What? No,
They get things, man.
I'm going to. That's good. Congratulations again on winning and receiving those lovely prizes. So, what's next for the king and queen? Anyone can answer this one.
What's next for you?
Ali?
Just looking forward to go back to school. That's it?
Any platforms that they have for VBS that they have to practice throughout the year or share with other young ones?
Well, what I would say is the next step is to inspire their peers, and to just help around the church, because we'll have stuff for them to do. I guess they don't know what they have to do as yet, but they'll have stuff to do.
Okay, all right. Not hard stuff though.
No.
Okay. So let us talk about the VBS experience. Because how was it? Did persons enjoy the show? Do you already have inquiries to sign up for next year's show?
Yes, we do. A lot of persons are interested in going in next year.
Nice.
But a lot of persons did enjoy the show as well. I got so many compliments, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who said they enjoyed the show.
Anyone in particular you want to give kudos to that would have been behind you, that pushed you to do the show?
Yes, I'd like to say thank you to Teacher Marcia Jeffers, my mom, Kira Purcell, Malachi Tucker, he did the fanfare, and all of the stage hands, the chaperones, everyone who contributed to the show. I just like to say a heartfelt thank you.
Wonderful. And what about the sponsors? Any sponsors?
Well, yeah, it was mostly the church who did everything, and they just.
Okay, good stuff.
And a thank you to Pastor Connor as well.
Of course.
I see there's somebody in our background here, Mr. Foy. Did he have anything to do with it?
Yes, he was a chaperone.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. And ensuring that we don't leave anyone out. Wow. So I'm going to go back to the contestants. What did you both enjoy most? Other than the Queen Show, the winnings, a lot of monies, the prizes. What did you enjoy most about the Vacation Bible School this year?
That when we went up on stage to present ourselves every day for Vacation Bible School, everyone was very supportive of us.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Ali? What did you enjoy most about Vacation Bible School this year, other than you entering the show that you won?
You meet no friends, no new friends, nothing like that?
No favorite Bible verse you may have grasped onto this year? No favorite game? None of... Wow, boy, this was a memorable VBS that he has to think so much. Wow.
So much memories.
Was it a big one this year in terms of attendance? While we let Alec get his thoughts together.
Well, I mean, every year it's a big year, so it's
it
normal.
grows every year?
Yeah, it grows every year.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Would you know how many participants you had this year?
No, but the whole downstairs was filled with people, so and the church is very big, so
I know. Sheesh.
Is that would you do it again?
Pardon?
Would you do it all over again?
Of course, I really didn't want it to end, to be honest.
Aww. So you will continue to be the chairperson for the pageant committee?
Yes.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff.
I must ask though, Alik or Jovial still can't get the name.
The name is eluding us.
What about your peers out there who see that you actually walk away with the crown? Would you encourage them to enter next year? Yeah.
Okay.
I would as well.
Because you get a lot of money and prizes. But yeah, like that. Alrighty, so folks, other than the pageant at VBS, what else stood out this year?
The Vacation Bible School Week.
And what does that week entail? Because somebody may be watching and we have a lot of vacation Bible schools around this season. So what about your vacation Bible school so that we can maybe fill the downstairs and the upstairs so you get more teachers? What about that so that more folks can come to your vacation Bible school in particular?
Well, I would think that the children specifically loves the the devotions that we have, because they're very attentive when we boom check a boom and all of that. They really come for the boom check a boom and the lots of activities that we do. It's not just reading the Bible. Like we have like coloring stuff, other stuff that they can do, not just sitting down and reading the Bible for the whole week. It's engaging.
Okay, so for these two young people, I'm going to put them in the adolescent stage. How do you keep them engaged? We know the little kids can color. Maybe you have games to them, as you said, a boom chicka wawa for everybody. But how do you keep these set of youth engaged?
Well, the teachers would, tell the story and then they would like role play it out, and that's fun to them. So yeah.
Oh, so you're creating actors over there too? Antioch doing things. Antioch doing things.
For those who are watching and they are interested in joining the pageant, let's say next year, how do they get in touch with the church to join the pageant next year, or even be a member of? How do they get in touch with the church?
Well, they can contact me at 661-5423 and I'll give them all the information that there is to give them.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, folks, I want to say thank you for coming this morning and chatting up with us. I enjoyed y'all. And the one thing that's on my mind is a lot of money.
Lots of money and the crown and this.
Yeah, it was indeed a pleasure. And Isaiah, I got it. Look, ooh.
Finally.
Keep doing the good work that you are doing. I hope that other youths look at you and are inspired. And I know you inspired these young folks right here. So keep up the good work. And I look forward to you coming next year with your next team of winners. Can someone, let's say the past contestants, can they go in next year if they wanted to? Or there's a restriction?
No, we did have some of the past ambassadors from last year going this year, so it's not a restriction.
But once you win, you
can't go back in.
All right, so you give somebody else a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, pleasure having you. And remember to save some of that lot of money, right? Because you have a free savings account now.
Exactly.
And make us proud as you go along, right? So you're going to continue to play your piano and get better, right? Good stuff. And anything you want to get better at, Jovel?
Maybe playing this thing.
All right. So next year you guys are gonna come back, not with Keziah, but you're gonna come back by yourself. You're gonna see you playing improved steel pan and you playing us on something on the piano, right? All right. Looking forward to that. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. GMSKN Nation, stay tuned. So much more after this short break.
Hi everyone, my name is Tatiana Lido, owner of Soul Food Kitchen. Make sure to tune in to Good Morning SKN on Studio 327, 8 a.m., 10 a.m. daily.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moen Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Infused Friday. We have another great infused water recipe for you to try out. Pineapple and sweet red bell pepper. I know what you're thinking, but this will bring a pep in your step. Here are some of the benefits you may experience from this exotic combination. Pineapple juice is rich in a variety of vitamins and minerals. It's especially packed with manganese, copper, vitamin B6 and vitamin C, all of which play important roles in the proper functioning of your body. Red capsicum or red bell pepper contains lycopene and a phytonutrient which helps to keep a healthy heart. It is also a rich source of folate and vitamin B6 along with antioxidants known to protect the body against free radicals. I know you cannot wait to try out this amazing fruit and vegetable infusion. Let's get you started with the following ingredients. You will need 6 pineapple cubes, 6 red capsicum cubes, enough fresh water to fill your jug or bottle. And the directions. Remember to wash your ingredients well. Chop and slice ingredients as necessary. Add to ingredients to a large jug or bottle. Stir ingredients and add fresh water and stir. Let it infuse, settle, and then serve into tall glasses. Can you taste the goodness already? Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
So all the beautiful people in St. Kitts, the good up girl them, the pretty girl them, the big body girl them, the skinny girl them, the educated girl them, the dunce bat them, the one them will eat but still love me and still have a tune in. Big up all the followers and all the fans of the SKN show. Love yourself, big up yourself, talk good about yourself, and let the haters heat it up.
Yeah.
founder of Pure Niceness by Winiel, which is an all-natural, luxurious self-care line of skin and hair care. Tune in to Good Morning SKN on Studio 327. Imagine the impossible.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning. And Eastern Caribbean is the national
Morning, welcome.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes, indeed.
Let's dive right into the conversation.
My connection to Trinidad and Tobago. Well, of course, I was born in Trinidad and Tobago, but left as a child, actually. My parents had migrated to North America, and of course, all five of us followed suit. So I did my early studies in North America and so on, university studies, and then came back home and completed my university degrees and got married, had children. So yes, here I am at home after many years and yeah, loving it.
Why did you decide? You said you went back home. Why? What made you make such a decision to go back and not enjoy the fruits of where you're at now?
I think, for me, I can't speak for everyone who's been to North America, but for me, we grew up in a very West Indian, sort of in those days, that's what it was, West Indian. Now we say Caribbean environment.
Yes.
Where all our close associates, our relatives, all our friends were from the Caribbean.
Okay.
My dearest friends were from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Jamaica, and so on, Nevis. I remember when I was coming back home, I decided in those days you could buy a ticket that you could stop every single island on your way home.
Yeah.
And I was determined to see every single island on my way back home because I had friends from almost every place. And so I always tell the joke, I left home at the age of 20 to arrive in Trinidad and Tobago. And my aunt, of course, my mother's eldest sister, was waiting to receive me. And by the time I got home, I was 21.
Oh, wow.
Because I was so determined to see every island on the way home, which I did.
Yes.
And it was a wonderful experience.
Love that.
It makes me more a Caribbean person.
Yes, indeed.
I must ask you, what inspired you to career in the field?
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. I worked in the UN system for about 20 years, and I think working at that level, you recognize that things change based on the policies that governments adopt and put in place. They don't necessarily change just because of need. Recognition of the need is an important component, but the final component is how do we address that need, which are the policies that are put in place at the national level. And I worked with the governments in the Caribbean and elsewhere across the globe, and I recognized that those who succeeded best had the best policies at their disposal. And so I pursued a doctoral degree in public policy, in social policy to be specific.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
Management, policy, also on the emancipation of society. But let's talk a little bit about our role as management. Can you share with us the role of
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, that's what I do professionally. I train. I'm both an assessor in the field, and I train others in how to undertake assessments. Disaster management requires us, of course, to be prepared, properly prepared for an event, to understand how to mitigate the risks of the events when they occur or before they occur, and to be able to assess the extent of damage and loss as a result of the event so that we can engage in the public policies necessary for recovery. Yes?
I like that.
So that's the broad way in which I'm involved. And very specifically, if I narrowed it down very specifically, what most of my focus is on that component of the assessment of the disaster process that assesses the extent of the event. So my entire professional career, I can say I've worked in what used to be called the macro socioeconomic and environmental assessment of a disaster and the recommendations for recovery. So that's the component of the entire spectrum of disaster management that I focus in the most. And in that regard, I both conduct assessments on the ground when governments request or when regional institutions such as SIDEMA or CARICOM or the South Pacific Commission or the Asia Commission, when they request the assessment. UNDP, for instance, has been one of my closest, closest partner in undertaking assessments. They often request my services on behalf of some particular entity, a government or a regional or global entity. And I would go to country and work and organize the technocrats at the government level to undertake such an assessment. I train them and help them undertake the assessment, provide all technical assistance required to do so. And then we arrive at what kind of measures are needed for mitigating future events such as this, for helping governments address recovery. And really, that's the heart of it.
Good stuff.
Yes. Sure. Gender equality is such an essential component to our development as a people. Because when you think of it globally, half the world are women. And if half the world are slipping off the edge, how is the other half expected to achieve its development potential? So the idea about gender equality is really to engage all of us in meeting the challenges for sustainable development. Why leave half of us out of that challenge? If we leave half of us out, we won't succeed. It's like our general population. If there are other inequalities, such as the inequality of income or the inequality of access to education, if we leave half our children out of being able to access good quality education and being able to achieve their full potential, then we as the wider society will not be able to achieve the goals we have of having this just and sustainable and resilient population, therefore society. Leave out half of any group or any part of a group. Actually, all should be engaged. So to me, that's one of the biggest challenges is getting everyone to understand that this is not about singling out some group that you want to give a special attention to. It's about ensuring that all of us can meet the challenges. The second is that, of course, like in every area of inequality, those who are more privileged don't necessarily like to give up any privileges. Yep. And they sometimes think that by opening the door for all to participate, you are somehow shutting down some of their privileges. And we've got to stop the world in that one or the other process. Yes. It is not about.
Yeah. Oh, I like that because I read in the thematic brief that women in lower socioeconomic with lower socioeconomic statuses, they have a higher mortality rate from disaster in relation to men. And I was wondering, like, why? Why is that even? How is that even possible?
How is that possible?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And how is that possible? It's possible because those women, for instance, let me give you a simple example. When there's an announcement that says, prepare for a hurricane that's coming, please stock up for the next week, have enough food in your house for at least 72 hours, etc., etc., etc. You've heard those sort of messages, I'm sure. If your economic situation only allows you to live from day to day. Oh boy. And there are many people across the Caribbean and across the world who work and earn an income for that day, and they go to the market or the grocery and they buy just enough to be able to feed their children for that day. And next tomorrow, they hope tomorrow will take care of itself because they just don't have enough resources to stretch for the day. So when you tell them that they must prepare for 72 hours and buy groceries and stock up, they can't. They just don't have the resources.
Wow.
That's right. Because what they've done is that the little days that they earned, they spent for today to feed their children. And now you're asking them to stock up for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. They just can't do that. That's not the way in which they live. So already you've put them at a disadvantage. So when a crisis occurs, unless there are policies in place which says that people who are vulnerable can come to locations where they can stay and be taken care of until such time as everything is back to normal, then they can go back and earn their livelihoods the way they had been earning them before. Yes. Otherwise, those families become very desperate when something happens and they're by themselves. And this is what we face. So that's just an example.
Wow, jeez.
Earlier this week, I know being part
of Okay. The Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, goes way back, and we're over 30 years old. And I'm lucky to be one of the founding members, I have to say. I'm privileged to be one of the founding. And even before the Emancipation Support Committee came into being, there were groups that were lobbying the government to transform what was then called Discovery Day and move it back to what it originally was, which was Emancipation Day. Emancipation Day used to be celebrated across the region by our foreparents as August Monday. I'm sure you've heard the term August Monday.
Yes.
But we did not know what August Monday symbolized. But many of our grandparents, and I must say the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in his emancipation remarks on Emancipation Day told the story of his own grandfather who worked 24/7, who was always working, but would say to the family that on August Monday he would not work. And they didn't know why. They said, well, Grandpa says he's not working, and so be it. But August Monday, the elderlies knew that that symbolized Emancipation Day. Now, as a trick of fate, the British, during the period of colonialism, actually changed the date, the day, the name of the day from Emancipation Day to Discovery Day.
What were we discovering?
And what were we celebrating? They were celebrating the arrival of Christopher Columbus and so on, and which is really a mythology that's in existence in our school books, which is absolute. It's hogwash. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
And all the historians, including our most profound Professor Beckles, of the Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, and Dr. Vereen Shepherd, and so many others, across the region, have done the research and told us this is hogwash. We've got to be focused. That day is really Emancipation Day. That day marks, that's right. And it marks the end of chattel slavery, which is something we're not taught about in our school system. What is chattel slavery? Chattel slavery is different from any other kind of enslavement. Chattel slavery means you are actually born into enslavement. That's the first thing. It means it's legal process. We talk about now modern day slavery and we say it's illegal and so on. Yeah. The reason we can talk about that as being illegal is because our foreparents fought to end chattel slavery, which was legal, right, according to the books. The other thing about chattel slavery is that it meant that they could buy and sell us, like a cow or a goat or a horse. And what was even worse is they left us as if we were, when you have property, you say, oh gosh, my daughter should have my wedding ring if I die.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they did with us. They said, oh, my child should have that particular enslaved person or that particular person and so on. Almost as if we were not almost, as if we were property.
Yeah, because that's exactly what happened.
Yes. So the ending of enslavement, which we brought to an end, it wasn't granted to us. Emancipation was not granted to us. Actually, the Brits were very clever. When they announced emancipation, they also announced an apprenticeship period.
Apprenticeship, yes. And we didn't get free from that until 1838. Yes. The 1st of August as well.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
And actually, we were free, but they were smart. They didn't want to pay us.
They put us back they put us back to work without pay. That we needed to learn.
Yes. Exactly.
Absolutely foolish. We came to the Caribbean with amazing skills.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if you saw recently in the newspapers where some British firm that sort of touted that they were the experts in wrought iron work had to admit when they looked at their history that it was Africans who had been enslaved in Jamaica who taught them how to undertake wrought iron and use it and develop it and work it in such artistry.
Yes.
And then they took that and they made it their own and gave it their names and so on. So we came to the Caribbean with amazing skills, and we came to North America the same way with amazing skills. And we needed to learn nothing from them. They were learning from us, actually.
Yes.
And yet they were bold enough to talk about an apprenticeship period. And because we objected to that, we said no. As a matter of fact, in Trinidad and Tobago, where we spoke patois, as it was called then, we said se, meaning no 6 more years. No, we've protested against it. And we brought that apprenticeship period to an end. And yes, and what we did is we established societies where no one else could be brought into the society as an enslaved person.
Oh, good stuff.
We really crystallized that notion of what human rights are. America likes to talk about their constitution as being the forebearers of human rights, and the French like to talk about equalité, fraternité. But no, they did not. They were not the forebearers of human rights.
Exactly.
The Haitian Constitution was the first documented constitution that really said everyone was equal. And in even Haiti, after all the suffering they experienced at the hands of the colonials, they allowed them as well to have equality under the law. So there was no revenge. It was equality under the law. And in a sense, that is what human rights, the basis of all human rights, that all human beings should have the same equality under the laws of the land,
irregardless.
the policies.
Yes,
irregardless. So, you know.
Oh man, I wish the interview can go on. Yes.
Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful chatting with you all. Happy Emancipation Period. We had a glorious one here in Trinidad and Tobago because we had the king of
Ghana.
Yes, from Ghana.
Ooh.
Yes, the Asante Kini, as he's called. What a wonderful, wonderful experience that was for us. So we wish everyone an enjoyable emancipation across the region. And thank you so much for having me on
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. Yes.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Hello and welcome to your favorite day of the week, Friday. It's Infused Friday, and you've guessed right, we have another marvelous infused water recipe for you today. Strawberry, lemon and green tea infused water. So let me introduce you to the benefits one can expect from this selection. Strawberries. These potent little packages protect your heart, increases HDL, which is good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and guard against cancer. Packed with vitamins, fiber and particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Strawberries are a sodium-free, fat-free, cholesterol-free and low-calorie food. The bottom line is lemons contain a high amount of vitamin C, soluble fiber and plant compounds that give them a number of health benefits. Lemons may aid weight loss and reduce your risk of heart disease, anemia, kidney stones, digestive issues and cancer. And finally, green tea contains healthy bioactive compounds. These compounds can improve brain function, increase fat burning, The antioxidants may lower the risk of some cancers, contribute to the prevention of type 2 diabetes, and assist in the prevention of cardiovascular disease, also in the protection of the brain from aging and reduce bad breath. Amazing benefits. Let's get infusing. Here are the ingredients. 1 bag of green tea, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of hot water, 1 lemon halved, juiced and half sliced, a handful of strawberries halved, and ice cubes for serving. Directions. Place tea bag in a cup of hot water, let it steep for 5 minutes, then remove and let it cool before pouring into a jug or pitcher. Add the remaining ingredients and let it infuse for 30 minutes before serving into a large glass filled with ice. So delightful. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Right. But go ahead.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. This week, we come together to celebrate the beautiful journey of motherhood and the power of breastfeeding. Joining us virtually is Sonia Miller Martin, a staff nurse at the Alexandra Hospital, in Nevis, as we embrace this nurturing bond, celebrate the strength of motherhood, and shed light on the significance of breastfeeding for babies' health and well-being. Good morning, Sonia. You had a bright good morning for us earlier, and welcome. It's our pleasure having you on Good Morning SKN.
Such a privilege to be here.
Oh, our privilege having you. Yes. Indeed.
You'll better believe it. I come with my ray of sunshine. I'm a breastfeeding goodness. I can't wait to tell you all about it.
Oh, I love it. So let's dive right into it. When and why was this initiative started?
Well, across the globe, in my research as it relates to the World Health Organization, that they realized that child morbidity and mortality had really increased. And so they said to themselves, all right, we're going to be starting this initiative because we want healthy nation, healthy babies worldwide. And I know that according to research, it was started about in the 1990s, right? And it has really taken off since. And this year's theme, let us make breastfeeding and work. And it is really an enriching policy.
Okay. You said, let us make breastfeeding
and work. So we're tailoring it to, in assistance to assist our working mothers. How can we benefit them? How can we assist them when they go out to work? What are the policies that we can put in place to allow our breastfeeding mothers to have a successful breastfeeding time for that up to 2 years time when they do breastfeed the children, the infants.
2 years, wow. That's long.
Yes. Not really, because you're going to be cementing here. 6 months, World Health Organization says exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. Then we're going to start supplementing. They're going to be eating out of the family pot. And then up to 2 years, because some children really wean themselves, actually. So if that child wants to really start, continue to breastfeed up to 2 years, so kudos to them. Mommy will be there to assist them as long as she's still producing.
2 years is long.
Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Listen, my mom told me she knew I was going to be a different child. I was going to be a star because out of all her children, I stopped until I was 4 years old.
He should have been paying his mother.
Yes.
What?
Because I was in some human potentia for real. You have children out there even up until 10 years of age. The society look down on it, but it's a comfort. I have a colleague, her daughter is 2 years and up, and she still wants the breast in her mouth. She don't necessarily wants milk, but she wants the breast. So, with stimulation, the breast milk does come because the body says, hey, I still need to make this thing, so produce. You get what I'm trying to say?
What?
She eats out of the family partner.
So nothing wrong with it. So give the child the breast as long as
No.
What?
That's right. As long as
See my
she
face
wants
over here, like, what? Because, listen, I saw an article, Sonia, I saw an article that says, right? And it is from Kansas. Breastfeeding is largely responsible for promoting healthy weight gain and reduce. No, I'm saying the wrong thing. Okay. So half of moms still breastfeed at 6 months, and only a third are still breastfeeding on their baby's first birthday. Is that because they go to work? Is that because they don't want to? Is that because they're just weaning them off of it because they think they're on too long?
I mean, there are so many things. You have said it. It depends on what the situation is. Some women don't want to breastfeed any at all. They prefer formula. Some babies want to breastfeed. So it depends on what is happening in your relationship with your child. There's no hard and fast rule to say. You understand what I'm saying, Carter?
Yes.
So it depends on the relationship what you have.
And I can assure you the benefits of breastfeeding. Because listen, it was my joy coming in from school and just run up to mommy at 4 years old. And I have no fear.
I was Andre's mom. He would have paid me now.
But Andre, I'm glad you asked those questions because mothers think that, oh my God, my breast will sag, I'm not going to look good. But you know what? Healthy children, I tell you. Because when you talk about the benefits of, you have ever heard about liquid gold, guys?
Yes.
You know where the word liquid gold comes from? The breast
milk, yes.
The colostrum, the first milk that comes into the mother, that's liquid gold, right? And we were talking in Jamaica, we talk about the breast is best. And it is packed full of vitamins, minerals, iron, everything that the baby wants. It builds the immune system, keeps the baby away from like asthma, eczema, those childhood diseases. It's readily available, it's at the right temperature. But let me tell you, you were talking about cancer, Hortensia, that the research has shown that it lowers the risk of all those reproductive cancers, ovarian
leukemia,
cancer, uterine cancer, cervical leukemia. I said, girl, it's you know what? I have to give you a testimonial. I hope I'm not taking up too much time. I remember my mother, right, and my colleague as well, who is also a midwife back home, that both my mother and my colleague at different points in time, when my mother was younger, she had an eye infection. I want to tell you how powerful the breast milk is. She had an eye infection. Her aunt at the time just had a baby. And her mother, you know what her grandmother did? Put some of the breast milk in mommy's eyes, cleared it right up. And my colleague, because she knew the potency of the breast milk, she put some of the breast milk. Her daughter just had a child, in her daughter's eye, and it cleared it right up because it's full of antibodies, everything that will keep you away from diseases. You understand what I'm saying? So, hello, don't play with this thing called breast milk. Give it to the babies for growth, healthy development, skin shine, teeth. It's an amazing thing that God created for the mothers. And it's right here in the factory. You know what I'm saying? You just walk around with it. You walk around with it and trust it. You understand?
They said it also prevents diabetes. How true is that? And one other question I want to add to that. If the mother has certain NCDs or contractible diseases, should they be breastfeeding?
I love that question, Hortensia. In the case where you have, for our HIV mothers, for mothers who have herpes and herpes simplex and stuff, especially the ones that have the lesions, you don't breastfeed, right? Because it's going to affect the baby. For my HIV mothers, we don't promote breastfeeding, we promote formula feed because it can pass the breast milk and infect the mother and infect the babies. So we say stay away. But if you have the common cold, the flu, and all those things, no. Because you have what is called natural immunity. So whatever immunity that mommy produces, because of that cold, it naturally passes to the baby. So you know that if that flu passes around, baby's not going to get sick. Because guess what? Mommy already gave the baby immunity. Right? So there are some things that you have to look for where that is concerned.
Society has changed. Unlike myself, who would have stopped. I remember one of my co-workers, she went to maternity. She was under 3 months. I'm like, what is it that you do?
Yes.
What is it that you do? Like, she would come to work with her breast swollen, and she had ease the milk from the breast.
Yes.
How does a care or a mother for breast milk for that baby who have to go there and use it for?
Well, how is it properly stored?
You guys are on fire this morning. I love those questions because you know what? Mothers need to hear this, right? When we talk about storage, we're talking about putting it in a sterile bottle, right? We're talking about putting it in the breast milk plastic containers, right? That you get. When we talk about storage, we talk about labeling, right? So first, we're going to be talking about the 4-4-6 rule. When we say 4-4-6, 4 minutes, 4 days, and 6 to 12 months, right? So what we're going to find out, when we express the milk freshly, we can keep it on the counter for about 4 hours. After that, we discard, right? The express breast milk, whenever you want to refrigerate, you keep it in the fridge for 4 days. If you want to freeze, you keep it in the freezer for 6 months and up to 12 months. Right? So you're gonna label everything. You're not gonna fill the container up to the brim because whenever you freeze breast milk, it tends to expand and to overflow. So whatever you need at a given moment, let's say per feed, you're gonna store it maybe 2 ounces in the bag and label. Right? When you label that, you're going to take whatever you do last to the back, right? So whatever you put in first, you're going to take it out. You know the leaf system, first in, first out?
Yes.
So that it don't go bad. You don't lose a potency over a period of time, right? And know that put them, as I said, put them in a sterile jar. I know that the new thing nowadays is to put it in the after you pump the milk, you put it in the bag. That is completely safe. But what World Health Organization is saying, the best way to store is in a glass jar, right, with a lid on, and a hard plastic container with a lid on, and we're gonna sterilize these.
Okay. So a glass jar with a cover on and a hard
go.
plastic container with a cover on as well.
That's
Okay.
it. I'm not saying that the plastic bags don't work, you know, the ones that they have nowadays. You know,
Yes.
that plastic, when it's
Yes.
frozen, you know, it tends to compromise the whole strength of the plastic. So be
Okay.
careful where that is concerned.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You know what, Andre? Don't get discouraged. I'm telling my mothers never ever to get discouraged. I know that some of the things that I experienced while being at the hospital, they said that the breast hurts and you know they can't bother and they're gonna take up the formula. But guess what? I always say the breasts are like the knife and fork of the dinner table, of the baby's dinner table, right? Sometimes they take a little while before they get in the hang of it because some of the nipples are not large enough. Some of them are small enough. And then so what happens sometimes is that, you know, they become full and engorged and the baby don't want to take the breast. But let me tell you what breastfeeding is. Breastfeeding is also pumping the milk from the breast and putting it in the bottle so the baby can get it. So it's not an excuse not to breastfeed the baby because we want a healthy federation, not true, right?
Yes.
So I'm encouraging you stay at it, keep at it, because it's an amazing thing that God has created so we can have a healthy life and keep away from diseases. So be encouraged, my mothers.
And what about those mothers who it's so hard for them to lactate? What about those? What advice do you have for those moms?
It's hard for them to lactate.
Yeah.
World Health Organization says that it's a fact that some mothers don't produce as much. So there are some ways in which you can say, all right, I'm going to stimulate my breasts. One of the ways in which, this is too much of a hot topic for the morning, where you can even say that your child's father, your husband, can even suck on the breasts as well to stimulate lactation. So as you basically continue to breastfeed, as you drink up your water, as you drink up the nutrient, as you relax, you're going to find that the milk starts to come in.
Okay.
Right? So don't get discouraged. Right.
No, all right, not at all. I need Nurse Sonia to tell us one of the myths.
Yes, tell us one of the
myths of breastfeeding.
There are several, but you know which one I'm gonna give you? I'm gonna give you the one because it correlates with the theme for this. Let us make breastfeeding and work, right? So we're talking about mothers who say, oh, and Andre picked up on it, and I love that you guys are just on it this morning. One of the things that I hear, because I'm going to work, I can't breastfeed, right? We have already established that breastfeeding is also expressing from, pumping the milk from.
Yeah.
So one of the ways the World Health Organization said, okay, you can walk with the igloo because we did talk about storage, right?
Yes.
Walk with the igloo with a little ice in there, pump the milk at work, right? Express it, put it in a bottle, put it in the igloo so you can take it home. And you know what? There are policies in place right now, and that's what the World Health Organization and UNICEF are working so that mothers can get added time with their babies. They said up beyond 3 months, right? So they're saying 18 weeks now, right? And they're saying that workplaces should have areas for mothers to breastfeed, to have areas for mothers to express. So the world is changing. The world is seeing the importance of breastfeeding. The world is seeing the importance of mothers and children. And so, you know, it's an encouragement to my working mothers not to be afraid, not to be, you know, ashamed of what is happening, because it's a natural thing. So you're going to have to find ways and means of making it work.
I like that. Oh man, I like that. Any plans or any events? Are there any events planned for breastfeeding month?
But for breastfeeding month, as a hospital at Alexandra is doing, we're going to be doing a walkabout. I think it's tomorrow. For tomorrow, and then we're going to be walking up to the people. We're going to be going downtown. And just walking up to the people, asking them what is going on. Tell me about breastfeeding. I know these are ventures that enlighten the community, that enlighten the federation. And so whenever we ask questions, whenever we hear what they have to say, we further give them information, dispel the myths, bust the myths, give them information. And I believe also St. Kitts is doing this as well, but they're going to be doing it later on in the afternoon at about 1 o'clock. So we're making this a part of the community, where we're joining forces with the community, teaching them about breastfeeding, teaching them about our children and a healthy nation.
I like that. I like that.
When, let's say, a young mother, her first child, right? She don't really does it have like what do you call it, postnatal or prenatal to come into the hospital? No such thing. Does it have to provide those kind of
I love these questions that you guys, I can hear the sense of care and concern that we're not only speaking amongst ourselves, but also you want to advise and inform the nation. But I love that question too, Andre. One of the things that I was impressed with the Federation being on this side is that they have support group in the community. So whichever clinic that you're at, you can contact your midwife and tell your midwife, I'm having issues with my baby latching. I'm having issues with my baby taking the breast. She'll explain to you the do's and the don'ts and stuff like that. And before they actually leave the hospital, Andre and Hortensia, we teach them about breastfeeding. We teach them about proper latching. We teach them to ensure that your breast is empty, to empty one breast at a time, because guess what? We want the rich fatness of the foremilk and the watery substance of the hind milk, so baby can get an entire full belly of goodness. That's what we're talking about. So help is out there. All they need to do, call the hospital, call the health center, and find out what help can be provided, so they have that ease of relationship and that ease of breastfeeding with the babies.
Okay. Well, doctor, hear me. Well, see, maybe you're going to be a doctor, so I'm calling it into being already. But Nurse Sonia,
I love nursing questions.
You love nursing. Okay. Well,
one-on-one care with my patients.
Okay, it was indeed a pleasure chatting with you. Unfortunately, our time is up, but we look forward to more conversations like this with you. So thank you for coming on this morning and informing us and the nation regarding breastfeeding. But we're going to let you close out the program with us. I hope you've been watching so you know how to sing our song and everything, okay?
And please don't let me down, Sonia. Please do not let me down.
Andre, what you say?
Just please don't let me down.
Andre, please.
Yes, you've been watching. I'm sure you know.
Yes.
You know the song, so let's go. So long.
Farewell.
To you, my friend. Goodbye.
For now, until we meet again.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
For joining us today.
All right, well, I'm good.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
All right.
Where you'll find a little bit of everything. Remember to like.
And we want to send get well wishes to one of our guests, the winner of the Dr. Jeffrey Hanley Cook-Off. She was supposed to be on this morning, but unfortunately she's hospitalized. So get well soon, my dear. So folks, for you, leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's Friday show, and see you on Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. We have a mighty long weekend to celebrate with our friends in Nevis called Charama. Nurse Miller. Okay, good stuff. So see you on Wednesday at 8 a.m. when you wake up bright and early and start your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day. And remember, if you can't have a good one, don't go messing up anybody else's. And Andre, what do we say to the Federation? Good morning, SKN. Bye.